Mark Zuckerberg, I know it's your birthday, but can you please call me tomorrow? You love hip-hop. You love my art. I'm your favourite artist, but you watch me barely breathe and still play my album in your house. World, please tweet, FaceTime, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you gotta do to get Mark to support me. I'm this generation's Disney. I want to bring dope shit to the world. I don't have enough resources to create what I really can. Mark, I'm publicly asking you for help. And yes, there are misspellings on this chart. That's how you know it's me. All you guys had meetings with me, no one lifted a finger to help. I promise I'm going to make the world dope. All I do is make dope shit.
Facts.
All you dudes in San Fran play rap music in your homes, but never help the real artists.
He's such a cunt.
And then, hey Larry Page, I'm down for your help too.
Yo, Kanye West. People been going crazy over this shit. New album.
Waves. Swish. Life of Pablo.
Life of Pablo.
There was another one.
There was another one at the beginning, but I forgot.
But
it was named Swish for so long.
It's changed a hella bunch of times. Okay, so Kanye West said this was going to be the best album of all time.
No, he said greatest.
Greatest album of all time.
And then he pulled it back to one of the greatest.
Yeah.
In respect for the other greats like him, like Michael Jackson.
I like the way that his Twitter is like a stream of consciousness. It's like
it's so good.
He doesn't like write something out and then think about it and go, He just goes for it straight away and then goes, addition.
Do you know what? I think I think he does an Aaron. He just turns on the Siri like talk to your phone thing. And he just shouts his phone.
It dictates everything.
And yeah, and it just every time he gets to like the max characters, it just tweets another one. It just tweets and tweets.
He was like going like, actually, no, I really like that album. Really like that album. Yeah. He's like, I'm on a level playing field of these.
He'll tweet like, this sucks, and then the next two tweets, actually, no, that's okay. He won't like think about it before he posts it. He just goes, go, go, go.
It's too good.
So, Life of Pablo.
The Life of Pablo.
He's had some incredible albums in the past. Recently, I haven't been as on his wave, but it's still always good. Even when I'm like, I didn't like his last album so much.
You didn't like Yeezus?
I mean, that's the thing. I didn't like it so much compared to his old stuff, but I still thought it was a good album. I still would give it like a 7 or an 8. Probably an 8.
Okay, fair enough.
And I was still like, because there are some songs in it I really don't like Bound 2. I think it's just awful trash. But they still had some songs that were like New Slaves and stuff were on the level of like Power and All of the Lights and his old greats. Like, so I for this album I was always like, it could be a straight 10 out of 10. He's been hyping it quite well. The tracks that came out that we reviewed before, they all pasted a good picture of this. And I was like, it could be the next best thing, or it could be average Kanye West album, which is just a sort of decent album.
There was so much hype around this album.
So much. Way too much.
Personally, I think the new artwork on the front it's a bit shit.
It's so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
bad.
Yeah.
It's clearly bad on purpose because he's like trying to be artsy.
It was...
I made it in MS Paint, like...
Yeah.
Probably in 5 seconds.
So did DJ Gamma, and I liked his art.
The best part about it was that he used orange, and it wasn't even a good orange. Like, I thought, hey, orange for an album cover, he's changing up a bit, but, like, no.
Frank Ocean Channel Orange. Now that's a good orange.
And everyone before this, when everyone was hyping it, they always used, for the Swish artwork, whenever they were talking about it, people would always use the all-day artwork. And I think it's really nice. It looks really good.
The all-day artwork was sick.
That artwork with Swish as the name, I was like, that is going to be a great album.
Yeah. Same.
And now it's Life of Pablo with some orange MS Paint draws. It looks like it was made by fucking Ringo Starr. MS Paint art.
So people were saying like...
It's harsh on Ringo Starr.
Yeah, it's not. I was going to say, it's not even that level. It's worse than Ringo Starr's MS Paint art.
So people have been saying, is this in reference to Pablo Escobar? The drug lord baron,
who was escaped from prison again.
What?
No,
or is that
that's
the other
a different
one?
guy. That's El Chapo.
That's El Chapo.
He may have escaped from something, but it wasn't prison.
Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar, the one who's dead. Yeah,
He's
okay.
dead, yeah.
They're different people.
Pablo Escobar
I get my
was
Mexican
killed
drug lords
escaping
mixed
prison.
up.
So, or it's Pablo Picasso.
Because that's the sort of
this is
artisty stuff that Kanye West would be like, no.
And that's why on the front cover now it says which one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
He's like directly referencing a
do you know
joke
what?
which he's
I
made. or
really
something.
like
It's
the idea that, because there was the original one he put up, which is just The Life of Pablo all the way over. I like the idea that he changed it in that period, in the 2 days before he released it.
Yeah.
I like the idea that he changed that.
on that
right
note.
then, just like,
I know James came to me. He was mad. He was like, "I don't think this album's gonna be very good, man." He's like, he keeps chopping and changing his ideas. There's gonna be no consistency. It's gonna be all over the place. I'm really worried, man. I'm scared. And I was like, dude, chill out. It's just a Kanye West album. I didn't actually say that. I was actually like, yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
I do think
I did an impression of myself for bad accent.
it's the standard question of, is he a genius or is he a retard? And
He's a
it
genius.
comes to the point where you're like, is he actually, days before the album coming out, just entirely changing the set list? Or is it all just like clever hype? Like he's actually just got a thing that he's going to do and he just keeps saying like, oh, now it's called this.
Yeah.
Now it's called this. This song's now changed its name. This is the new set list just to get people interested in it.
That's the one thing that I'm just like never gonna really know for sure.
'Cause
is he doing all of this on purpose and not telling anyone in order to like build hype?
It's like you say, this is the genius or the retard.
You can't because at least for normal people, it might be he's Kanye West and he's above it because he has all this like power that he can just do what he wants. But for normal people, even for like people like Deadmau5, he's like, I need to give them the album like weeks in front of them release of like people releasing it on labels. And so I feel like from that, I'm like, Kanye probably had done that. He'd probably given in all the official stuff and he was just releasing stuff just to hype people.
So, the album.
Ultralight Beam.
I think it started off pretty strong. As an
I
album.
thought
think
it was a great song.
It
It
started off very strong.
started off
actually.
interesting, very Kanye, nice synths. So it was sort of an interesting, sort of quite soft start, and then big drums come in, very Kanye.
The gospel choir.
Yeah,
I was loving that.
yeah. And I didn't dislike Kanye's singing, which I normally do. I thought his singing on it was actually decent. I was like, oh, I could deal with this. And then Chance the Rapper, who I'm very iffy on, came on and was really good.
Yeah, he was pretty
I
good.
really
on that
liked
track.
Chance's verse on it. It was excellent.
It was a very strong opening track.
Production by Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Now that I think of it, it does sound very Rick Rubin.
yeah. The big drums. Are
Rick
also
Rubin was
very
on quite a lot of
Rubin.
these tracks.
He was on quite a few, yeah. He was on the next two, which I just love. This is so Kanye naming on these two. Father Stretch My Hand Part 1, and the second one is
Part 2.
not Father Stretch My Hands Part 2, just Part 2.
Part 2.
This song will forever be known as Part 2. And these
I
two-
wasn't so hyped on Part 1.
No, me neither.
No, I
Me
thought
neither.
Part 1 was pretty boring.
When I heard one of the lyrics, which was bleached arseholes, I thought,
Yeah, that bit was weird. That bit was very much modern era Kanye not quite knowing what he seems to be talking
It
about.
was very heavy on the auto-tune as well, and
Yeah.
not in a particularly good way,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
He seems to have forgotten the whole idea of artistic autotune and just gone, no, I used to put more autotune on.
you do run a fine line of autotune
Yeah.
between
It's hard
artistic
to make
and
it good.
irritating as fuck.
I thought Part
Yeah.
2 was better than Part 1.
So did I.
definitely.
So did I.
But I didn't think it was brilliant either.
No,
I
I
just
Had
me
more
neither.
personality.
it was sort of just it just became sort of a trap track.
But then for me, the next two tracks, Famous and Feedback, I actually really liked both of those
Yes.
tracks.
Yes,
I thought they were
really.
Yeah.
both really strong, really big production on Famous, getting that Taylor Swift
That
lyric
was where all
in
the
there.
controversy was
Yeah.
on the track Famous.
Controversy on that track.
Rihanna singing on it as well.
Rihanna singing on it, although
Great.
I think, personally, I thought that what she did on that was it was just Rihanna.
Yeah, it was just Rihanna. It was nothing
It
special.
wasn't special.
Yeah.
I thought the Swizz Beats was all right on it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also the sample of Bam Bam by Sister Nancy. I thought that actually worked really well.
Yeah, a lot of the sampling in here is good. There's very few like big samples like there has been on some of his older ones, but all the sampling that is done really well and it's standard Kanye level of good sampling.
And then also feedback. Nice use of feedback on that.
I was really liking the feedback on that
Yeah, the
track.
feedback was very good on that song.
First I just want to mention that when I started listening to Feedback, that was the first time that Tidal crashed while I was listening to this.
Really?
It was kind of surreal sounding, you know. It had this sort of weird trap sound, and I really liked it. I thought it was good. And Kanye had these two tracks, Famous and Feedback, were the first two tracks in here where Kanye was rapping, and I was like, good rapping. He's on fire. He's doing good Kanye stuff.
And he makes a direct reference to Pablo Escobar in that track.
Yeah. Kanye would probably love the fact that happened. He's like, yeah, I made Tidal crash. I have that much power.
The next couple of tracks, Low Lights, I thought was,
I like that one.
I wasn't a massive fan. That was the one where he
The female vocals.
Low Lights,
Yeah.
I felt like, as an interlude, I would have loved it.
Yeah, but
I felt like it
went
stretched a bit too
it
far
went-
to be a whole song of it.
2:12 for like what was basically an interlude.
I think if
track.
it was like a
I
minute
thought it was a bit too much.
or just over a minute,
I like the way
and by
that
I'd be like, it's cool.
the spoken word would then like almost feel like it's about to break into song.
I thought it was good.
And you're like,
I thought it was good, but too long.
And
playing
also,
with me.
it had that kind of religious reference,
Yeah.
which goes back
Very
to this kind of
religious feeling,
gospel
yeah.
thing. I didn't feel as though the gospel idea kind of went through the whole album, though. I thought
No.
it kind of fell off after like the first half. It kind of
Yeah,
like,
totally. The latter half of this got more hip hoppy.
definitely.
Highlights.
Highlights I actually quite liked.
It was a highlight of the album.
Young Thug. I can't get into any of his performances outside of that one JMXX song.
Great song.
I just think he's a bit dodgy all the time. I think at the end of the song it gets real good when the piano comes in and Kanye is in his full swing of rapping. I think this song gets really good.
I love the
think
chorus
it
on
starts
this.
off a bit rocky.
I thought this was probably one of the best rapping from Kanye on this
Yeah,
album.
Kanye was good on that.
And also, The Dream made a feature in the outro, and he was also in Ultralight Beam. Who I actually quite rate The Dream.
Okay,
As
cool.
a,
fair enough.
As a dance myth.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
fantastic. Freestyle, I
Now,
really enjoyed.
I was
Freestyle.
worried when I saw the word freestyle because
Freestyle 4, even.
Because sometimes when he freestyles, he loses confidence.
and you know what? It wasn't even that great.
No, I
Really?
wasn't
Did you
a
not
massive
enjoy it?
fan.
I didn't think it was that great.
Oh, really?
And you know what? Was it even a freestyle?
Oh no, it's not. Not freestyle in any way. However, I thought that these kind of eerie strings that were going through it really like put it against everything else that was on the album. It was very contrasting.
I wasn't expecting it at the beginning, like the rah, rah. I was half expecting dunch at any moment to like
Dude, yeah.
to come through.
However, the content of the lyrics was very just Kanye like sex. That's it. That was basically
Maybe he like wrote a song with some bad lyrics and thought, if I call it a freestyle, everyone will let me off the hook.
I really enjoyed it though. I enjoyed the song. Really enjoyed it.
I thought it was sort of.
And then I Love Kanye.
I liked that because it was so Kanye.
It's so Kanye.
It's very
it
Kanye.
even
And
says
it's very
it is
Kanye.
sort of it is just an interlude. Like this is
Yes.
short enough where I'm
45 seconds.
if he tried to make this into a song like with Lowlights, I'd be absolutely like, no, this is dumb. But because it's so short, I'm just like, okay, it's an interlude. I'll
He
take
also-
it out when I add it to my playlist.
He
but
also
it's
did
kind
it
of
on
funny.
SNL. Like, there was this guy on SNL that was... Well, I don't know the cast of SNL, but he was basically like, I'm going to challenge him to a rap battle. And he comes out, he does the shittest rap ever. And then Kanye replies with that entire
Oh, yeah?
song,
Nice.
that entire section.
I love the way it's a love letter to Kanye West, a love letter to Kanye West.
Written in the perspective of one of his fans. So
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's really Kanye. But it's weird because when I first saw it on the track listing, I was really interested because it was called like I Miss the Old Kanye or something. Which is something he says a lot in the song. And then when I saw it as I Love Kanye, I was like, oh god, that's so Kanye. And then when I heard the line, I was like, oh, it's that thing. Oh, okay. I can get behind that as a sort of
It kind of
sarcastic.
to me it brings
thing.
together like what the whole like tone of the album is. The whole album is like, what's the most interesting thing in the world? It's me. This album is going to be Kanye West, you know.
And we move on to Waves.
And I'm glad he did not call the album Waves because then there would be an album with a really shitty title.
Oh, yeah. Actually, no. I liked that.
You liked it?
I liked it.
I
It
didn't.
would have
was-
gone well on title.
It was way overproduced in my eyes, but I thought it was in my ears.
I
guess.
thought of it as big trappy electro choir.
Oh,
is the way I
that's
described
quite a.
Electro choir.
Electro choir
An
with
amalgamation.
Chris Brown on it doing some
didn't-
sings.
I didn't have a very nice thing to say about this.
Oh.
I said it sounded like Justin Bieber could have had a chorus.
I thought it was pretty. Yeah, I thought it was pretty
Sounds
dull.
like
Yeah.
it could have been a...
I thought it was pretty
But
dull.
I think it would have been one of the better songs that Bieber would have featured on, to be honest.
It's true.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing about Bieber's album. Like Bieber wouldn't have made this any better. He was the worst part of most of those songs. So
Now, FML or Fuck My Life.
whoa,
Sorry, I know this is a family show, and you know, but this was a great track.
this is good. I like this.
This is pretty.
I thought it was okay.
The Weeknd on it. I haven't liked a lot of Weeknd's features recently, and he didn't do anything amazing on this. But he came up and he sang some
He was
decent stuff.
decent.
The beat was minimal and nice,
This was like some real talk from Kanye.
and decent rap
Yes.
from Kanye.
However,
Honestly,
I didn't
it's-
like the intro verse that Kanye did. It was kind of that very kind of sleepy rap kind of thing. That
I like a bit of sleepy rap.
I wasn't a massive fan of the sleepy rap. Because not only that, he was sleepy rapping for like a minute and a half. And that was pushing it.
I like
But then, he did have very strong bars
Yes.
throughout the rest of the song.
I like the sad and dark.
He
Kanye.
definitely woke up during this song.
True. Real Friends, we have already reviewed.
Love that beat so much. A Boy Wonder on production, does a lot of stuff for Drake. Love it.
You know what? This could have been one of the best tracks on the album, Real Friends.
I think this is another situation like the Bieber album where, personally for me, a lot of the early songs that were brought out before the album were
Yeah.
like the strongest on there. With
We'll link you to our review of that particular
if
song.
we remember.
Yeah.
With this,
Oh,
No
yeah,
More Parties
probably.
in LA and Facts, which I don't want to skip to too much, but I'm going to skip to it.
Yeah. Okay. So,
The Charlie Heat version.
Yes. Let's talk Charlie Heat.
It's
I'm
like
gonna say-
heavier, more distorted
didn't
sort
I?
of trap.
I gave Facts a 5.
Yeah, that was your least
This
favourite.
new version, 6 or 7. I
I-
thought
it
it
wasn't-
significantly improved
It
the track.
definitely it fits better on this album as well because it has the sound of this album is a lot of very Kanye big distorted stuff, and this fits better with that big distorted sound
Yeah.
than the first one was kind of cleaner,
Yeah.
more poppy.
Yeah, I'll agree
This
with that.
definitely
This
fits the
gave
album better.
it more attitude.
I wasn't super sure that I liked it more at first listen through, but I thought it fit better with the album, and after listening to it a couple more times, I'm like, no, I think I prefer this one.
I started thinking about the original beat, and the original beat sounds like it could have come off like a Drake record.
It could have come
like,
off any popular artist record, whereas this is very Kanye.
Yeah. Very much so.
And the ones who missed out are Wolves, with production from
Frank Ocean on
Cashmere Cat.
Wolves.
Yeah, production from Cashmere Cat, which excited me, but I didn't think it was.
I didn't feel that one
I think
too
it was good. There was way too much auto tune.
I was
sort of
disappointed
too little
that
happened.
Ocean's outro was...
He wasn't on there enough.
It was kind of... We needed Frank Ocean on this, and then he did
Yeah.
as good as I can expect without him probably writing the line.
Then it comes to 30
verse.
hours.
No, whoa.
Ooh,
Silver
okay.
Surfer Intermission.
Oh, you want to talk about the intermission?
This was a low point in the album.
Yes, that was.
I
This
that's
didn't-
why
I
it's
don't
need to
understand
be
why
here.
that needed to be there at all.
Like,
Didn't add anything.
I was about to skip it, and then I realised it was almost over. But why do people have this? Like, what the guy was saying, nobody speaks like that in real life to other people. Nobody speaks like that. I mean, give that a listen. I was about to say song, but give that rambling of some dumbass a listen. And no. Just no. Cut that out.
That was
Stop it.
the very definition of putting an interlude in for the sake of having an interlude. Like,
Yeah, it added
it
nothing.
added nothing. It added nothing. It only was a detriment.
30 hours was interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly what I read.
Decent,
Interesting.
decent bars.
I didn't think it was incredible, but it was definitely
It
interesting.
didn't need to be 5 minutes and 16 long.
Yeah.
No,
Way too
it
long.
definitely didn't.
You know what? When you're listening to
Definitely
that,
didn't.
don't listen to the last third of the song.
Yeah.
However, Andre 3000 makes an appearance on the last third, but if I didn't look that up, I would never have known.
Yeah,
because
he
it's-
doesn't do enough for you to
It's
go,
him
ooh, Andre.
and Kanye both auto-tuned singing at the exact same time. There's no way I would have known.
Yeah.
Having Andre 3000 and Frank Ocean on this not making big enough appearance really kind of disappoints me.
Why was he was just rambling at the end? Like, there were sway levels of random shit he
Oh,
was
yeah.
going on
It's
about.
it's what Kit was saying about this album before as well. This album is, I'm Kanye, this album's about me.
Yeah.
True.
He just starts like there's a lull because he obviously can't think of what to say, and then he's like, I'll start shouting to people out. My brother, like, and it's like, why am I listening to this now?
So now the final track, Fade. 3 minutes 14 seconds. Good beat.
Yeah, very, very good beat.
Hated the verses. I hated the verses. I thought they were awful.
I thought it was sort of a...
Simple melody.
Yeah.
Really dance-worthy.
I liked it, but yeah, I thought it was that sort of thing. It was like a nice funky track, but that was all it had going for
Well,
it, really.
it was a deep house track.
Almost, yeah.
It was, and
It had
also
that vibe.
it featured. Do you remember when I showed you a video the other day? The Snoop Dogg video
Yes.
of the guy who says,
Oh, is it that guy?
yeah,
No way.
yeah, it was. It's
Oh, the
important.
sauce.
It's important to have the sauce.
The sauce, yeah.
The sauce.
Yeah.
You got the
Oh.
sauce.
Yeah.
What is the sauce?
I really enjoyed the track, minus what was actually happening in the track. Does that make sense? Does that make any
I
sense
know what
at
you
all?
mean. You didn't like.
If someone put it on, I'd be like, yeah, I can listen to this in the background.
If this
but
was
when
on-
I'm
if this came on
listening-
at a party, I'd be like, it's cool.
yeah,
But
I actually really enjoy
if it came on in my playlist, actually, I'd probably still be like, yeah. But
Yeah,
if I was like listening intently to music and it came on, I'd probably skip it.
I think it had that undeniable Kanye West style and swagger
Yeah.
that we've all come to enjoy.
Yeah.
So, overview, final thoughts.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty decent. I didn't think it didn't reach the expectations it could have had for me, but it also didn't disappoint me hugely in any way. I didn't think there was anything like massive on here that was outside of the tracks that had been released.
I agree. I think
previously.
the tracks that were released previously were like the best tracks on here.
That's what I fucking said, man. Fucking said. Oh, the singles are probably good, but the album might not be.
I'm pretty sure you said that about Weezer though.
Yeah. I did say
It does
that.
fit for this as well,
It fits
but
for that as well, but yes.
Yeah, I thought it was-
talking about Weezer.
I thought it was decent. But it's no super return to form from Kanye for me.
I thought Yeezus was better than this.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
I would probably put them about the same.
I'd put them about the same.
Put them about the same. I think.
I think that what's good about this album is that it doesn't have a significantly weak moment. Except for Silver Surfer Intermission. But we'll discount that because it's an interlude. I don't think it had a weak moment, but there weren't enough strong moments.
No.
But they were there on occasion.
Yeah, I think the problem came with all of the big strong moments that would have been the power moment or whatever, or the New Slayers moment we heard not long ago.
True.
And so, when if I was listening to this album for the first time without listening to any of the singles, and Real Friends came on, I would have been like, oh nuts, this is the one. But because it came on and I went, I've heard this one, I need to skip and review the next one. You know,
So outside of those 3 singles that he released beforehand on SoundCloud, best songs.
I would go Ultralight Beam,
Yup.
Famous, Feedback, Freestyle 4, I really enjoyed. Are we not counting Waves? No, we didn't review that one. Waves. And yeah, that was it.
so most of the album.
I would no, because that's 18 tracks.
I'd go with your first 2 choices, Ultralight Beam. I think my 2 favourite were probably Famous and Feedback. And then
For me,
the
it
singles.
would be Ultralight Beam, Feedback, FML. That's it.
Huh.
Yeah.
But do
So,
we all agree that the 3 best tracks are Real Friends, No More Parties in LA, and Facts?
I
No.
believe so.
Okay. So
For me,
course,
no more pies in LA for me is the
Yeah.
best track on here, but I'm still think that Real Friends is like a 7 and Facts has been up to a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
I think there's a couple of 8s in there.
Let's go out of 10, starting with James, little boy.
Okay. I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give a 7. I'm gonna give a 7 out of 10.
I'm also going to give a 7 out of 10.
yeah, 7.
Ooh,
Ooh, unanimous today.
damn,
That's-
son.
That's nice, isn't it? It's a nice change. Didn't we all do the same on the... No, we didn't.
Jeff Lynne. Yeah, we did.
Did we?
We all gave 7s on
Interesting.
Jeff Lynne.
Okay.
So
Well,
this,
check
so
that
this
one out as
album
well.
is about as good as Jeff Lynne's album.
Ooh, no, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. I think
Well-
it's a little bit better.
this is better than Jeff Lynne.
Yeah.
I would also agree.
I'd say this is a strong 7. That was a weak 7.
Agreed.
Agreed. Oh, we are unanimous.
We're
this
so
is
on
nice.
point today.
Oh,
And this episode's been so long.
that was
Yeah,
a
it
cozy
has.
squeeze.
But it's Kanye, so
Sorry
it's okay.
for dragging this one out.
Yep. Well,
But, you know,
do your thing. Do your...
Can I add?
Yep.
Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.